Imagine my surprise when I learned that it was Latinos that put this man into office. I was 4 years old when I was first asked to stand before an immigration official and explain why I deserved to go to the United States. I was 4. I was 9 when a Border Patrol agent woke me up by shouting in my face so close I could feel his breath, pointing a flashlight in my face, asking me if I spoke English. I was 11 when SB 1070 first passed in Arizona, and I was terrified that I would be targeted or my loved ones would be targeted because we might look Hispanic. I was 13 when a shoddy immigration lawyer gave my family bad advice and permanently separated us. I was 15 when a boy from school was violently stalking and threatening me, and I couldn't go to the police because I was undocumented. I never even told my parents. They still don't know I just moved schools. I was 18 when I decided I wanted to become an immigration attorney so that no family would ever have to go through something like this ever again. And for the last 8 years, I've worked in immigration, advocating for immigrant rights and fair and reasonable immigration law and policy. So imagine my surprise when I learned that it was Latinos that put this man into office. The community that I've been fighting for and the people that were supposed to be fighting alongside me would rather aspire to whiteness than to reform an organization that has been dehumanizing and villainizing and abusing our community for the last 30 years. I have no words today. I'm just rethinking my whole ass life. I hope that you are doing okay and making some space for your mental health. Mañana será otro día y la lucha sigue.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right, so in today's episode, we have a compilation for you of Latinos who are addressing their fellow Latinos, right?
Right, and this was after a majority of them, both men and women, voted for Trump. And now most of them are coming out in regrets and they're airing their grievances, and some to the extent of saying Black people and other communities tried to warn Latinos against how they voted.
Right, when you look at the denaturalization policy that Trump is trying to push, right now Latinos are realizing that
they're gonna be the first one to be stricken by that thunder.
Yeah, to be put on the chopping block,
Right.
But basically, Black people are sitting aside and watching out this one, and they're saying, we told you so, right?
Yeah, so they're just sitting, watching the drama as it unfolds. But let's watch this episode and then we come back and talk about it. You can also leave us a comment on what you think about this episode and consider subscribing if you've not. Let's watch.
This is a message to the Latinos for Trump and any other Republicans that voted for Trump. I'm going to start with the message to the Latinos first, and then I'll get to the other people. First of all, I want to start by saying that, I wanted to do this video immediately after the election when I found out the results. But I found myself using words and terms that are not conducive to relaying a good message. So I decided to wait. I'm still probably going to use a couple of those words, but it's not going to be near as bad as it would have been had I posted that original video.
Latinos for Trump, it is time to embrace the consequences of your actions. I've always been a firm believer of fighting fire with fire. If somebody goes low, I'll go lower. Now, with that being said, I know for a fact that most Latinos for Trump have undocumented family members, whether that be their parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, etc. So if you know of a Latino who voted for Trump, I urge you to call this number and report said family members. It's time that these Latinos for Trump get a taste of their own medicine and a taste of poetic justice. Now, I know what you may be thinking, Angel, this is extreme, and I agree. But extreme problems call for extreme solutions. And unfortunately, many innocent people are going to be affected by this, but you can't be that innocent if you raised a Latino for Trump. And before all of the Latinos for Trump come at me all angry, this is what you wanted. This is what you voted for. You should be happy. Let me see that smile. But there you have it, guys. Once again, there is that number. You know what to do. It's time that these Latinos for Trump learn the hard way. But anyways, let me know what you guys think.
A lot of people seem confused and surprised about how 60% of Latino voters voted for Donald Trump after he's made countless racist and xenophobic remarks against not only Latinos, but also immigrants from other countries. But Afro-Latinos, we're not surprised at all. Racism is alive and well in the Latino culture with things like mejorar la raza, which means to better the race, which is like street eugenics. Calling your family members based on their skin tone, like negro, negrita, as a loving term, but it's obviously derogatory because the anti-blackness is so prevalent. And the craziest part, if we were able to break down the Afro-Latino votes from the white and mixed Latinos, we'd probably see that Afro-Latinos inflated the Harris support from Latinos.
So you voted for a man who doesn't care about you at all. And he's made it very clear. Whenever he talks about the immigrants and he calls them rapists and murderers, killers, and garbage and scum and the worst, they're sending their worst over here. He's talking about you too, and me. Because to him, we're all the same. If he was walking down the street and he saw you and one of the people that had just crossed the border, he wouldn't be able to tell you apart. And to him, it doesn't make a difference. We're all the same. They don't care. They just want to get rid of the immigrants. And I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a man named Stephen Miller that's probably going to be on Trump's cabinet. He's going to be one of his cabinet members, and he's going to be in charge of the deportation actions, right? And that man, Stephen Miller, wants to change the laws so that they can take away naturalization. You think that that piece of paper that you have, if you have it, if you've become a naturalized citizen, you think that piece of paper makes you different. But in their eyes, you're not different. I was born here, and I'm not different to them, to those people. The way they think, I'm just like all the rest of them. To them, I'm the same. So that piece of paper is not going to save you. And they're trying to make laws now. They're in the process of figuring out what they have to do to change the law to take away that naturalization citizenship. They're also looking into taking away natural born citizens, people who came here and had kids here that were born here. They're looking to take that away as well. Unless you were born here to legal citizens, that's the only way you're going to get to stay, if they have their way. Now, there were thousands of people on TikTok trying to warn you about that, what that man really was. I was on here, not making videos, but I was on here posting comments and texting people and talking to people on here and trying to get them to understand who that man really is. But y'all chose to ignore it. I don't know what it is you thought you were accomplishing by voting for that man. You think that they're going to see you as an equal, or they're going to treat you like a white man or whatever. No. You fucked up. They're going to get you out of here. All they wanted was your vote. They got it now. They don't need you anymore. And they're looking to get you out of here. Right? Now, I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe somebody in his cabinet can convince him, hey, it's not a good idea to deport these people. They're a big portion of our workforce. And if we deport them, the economy is going to go to shit. I don't know. Maybe they can convince him. And if they do, well, lucky you. But if they don't, you are the prime target. And you voted for it. Even though we tried to warn you. So anything that happens to you, it's your own goddamn fault. You voted for it. That's what you wanted. That's what you're going to get. I have no sympathy for you. Sorry. For all of you who didn't vote for him, I'm sorry that you're going to have to go through this. I truly am sorry. And that's my message to the Latinos for Trump. You won. Congratulations. You might get your ass deported back to Mexico or wherever you came from. Congratulations. Now, to the rest of you that voted for Trump, you sold out your country for the price of eggs, the price of gasoline, interest rate on loans, the price of houses. You were too selfish and too fucking greedy to do the right thing. No, you wanted to do something for yourself. Fuck the country. Well, you screwed yourself and the rest of us in the process. That man is too stupid to run this country. If he does what he's planning to do with the tariffs, you think prices were high under Biden? You're about to find out how high they can go. You're going to have to choose between groceries and rent. If you're already in that situation, I'm sorry for you. But if you were in that situation and you voted for Trump, well, then you just fucked yourself even more, because it's going to get worse. If you believe what that man told you about tariffs, that he can bring prices down by using tariffs, you're fucking stupid too. He's an idiot, and you're even dumber for believing him, because that's not the way tariffs work. And it takes a little bit of research and you can figure that out. It doesn't take long. You can find it right away, and you can see who pays the price for tariffs. It's not the country that's selling the goods, and it's not the country that's buying the goods, right? It's the people that are, the manufacturers that are ordering that product, and they're going to turn that cost over to you. They're not going to eat it. They're going to pass it over to the consumer, which is you and me. So you did this to yourself. You thought that Trump could lower the price of eggs and gas, and I don't know why you thought that. People were on here, I saw that too. People were on here trying to tell you that's not how it works. It's not going to do anything. Trump's telling you all this bullshit, and you're buying it, you're believing it. Why do you think General Milley and all these other people that were in his cabinet were out here trying to warn you?
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about that episode on the comment section, right? So where do you find the balance in the election that just passed, right? Because people those who voted for Trump, they said they had good reasons in which they wanted to vote for him, right? And those who voted for Kamala, they feel like they have good reasons for it as well, right? And when you look at
right now, for some weird reason, a lot of people who voted for Trump, and this I'm speaking about the Latinos and the white women, right? Most of them right now are coming out, and they're in panic mode, and they want to see. And Google actually had a huge volume of search. People were inquiring how to change their votes, and this was after election. Yeah, and this was after elections had been conducted, you know. So meaning most of them right now, for some reason, are regretting the decision they made in voting for Trump.
Guys, before we continue, I just have to know, have you found yourself, that is if you voted, because I also understand that there are those who didn't vote because they felt like between the two choices, none was good, right? So for those ones who voted, have you found yourself in a situation where after you casted your vote and then now you've gotten time to think and see what you did, right? Do you think you made the right decision? We'd like to know that on the comment section. Or do you find yourself in a position where you find yourself regretting the decision you took? Anyway, we'd like to know your comments on that.
Yeah, but regardless of whether they chose Trump or not, I feel like these 4 years, they're gonna be a very eventful 4 years.
People are gonna get what the people signed up for, right?
Yeah.
And Latinas, just come here for a second. Do you think that when they were going to vote, when Latinas were going to vote, for some of them it was a process of them wanting the white proximity, you know, to be treated.
They were feeling
better
like they have white proximity, hence they would be treated better
than black people, right? Only for you to find out that Hispanic people, black people, they're all placed in the same boat. So if black people suffer, which is not a question, because we know that it's going to happen like that, because Trump also has some certain beliefs that give people like the cops, you know, the police, it gives them power to feel like they can do what they want, because it starts at the leadership, the head, you know.
And then also,
other than the black people suffering, also Latina is guaranteed that, because they've started being deported. There's one case that was going viral on TikTok of a Latina who voted for Trump, and
he was still deported.
Not that one, the one that the kids tried to play with the neighbors' kids.
Yeah.
And things are only just going to get worse for them. Who can he go to complain that you know, a neighbor took out a pew or you know, and threatened the kids? He can't go to the police. They are for Trump, you know.
And also on TikTok, I also heard a lot of things are said on TikTok, but only when Trump enters office will we know what policies are his and which ones are hoax, you know. Because other people amongst the black community, the biggest reason also they didn't want to vote for Trump, it was being said that Trump has a policy where he'll be giving the police more mandate or more freedom to do their work so that they can do it efficiently. And this hereby, it was said that police now had the authority to stop a person who looks like he's Latino, to ask them for his papers, if he is legal or not. If you are legal in America, you can be let go. But if you're not illegal, you are not legal in America, that is where the cuffs go on your hand.
But you know, all in all, it's a sad situation because even those ones who are legitimately in America
are going to suffer. And you know, we've seen oftentimes than not, police can get brutal. You know, they can use extra force even in situations that don't negate the extra force. Case in example is the Sonia Messi case, you know. So imagine if such a cop is given the mandate to do things to people for the mere fact that you look Latino or you look black. So anyway, let's just wait for these 4 years. It's gonna be an eventful 4 years. And guys, let us know what you think about this episode, and we'll see you on our next episode. But before you leave, consider subscribing if you've not. We'll see you on our next episode.